Hello! Another video with silly hair coming at you because I feel like I want to talk about this before I forget and before I kind of lose track of it. And I actually did record a video already and it was really interesting because it wasn't uploading, and I watched it and I was like, do I really care about uploading this if it's not? And at the end, a bunch of times I exchanged the word gratitude that I was talking about with forgiveness, totally unconsciously, like totally unaware of it. Which is really cool and really something to think about around having trouble around being grateful, right? So what happened to me this morning, which I wanted to talk about, was that I wanted to kind of sit in gratitude, right? I've just expressed gratitude. I've got some seriously great spirits that help me out a lot. I just wanted to really kind of feel that feeling and share that feeling. And it didn't feel complete, and it felt kind of weird and wonky, and like I could feel some of it, but it didn't feel like just super selfless and solid and powerful like I guess I would anticipate or expect from gratitude. So what I did was I scanned my energy centers to see which were, if they were capable of giving some sort of outward energy, because that's kind of what gratitude is. It's an outward energy. And I found that in my heart, instead of having an outward energy, was totally the opposite. It was like it felt like this, like a little hermit crab that was crumpled up, and it felt like it could only receive. I felt like I could do that kind of endlessly, just suck up energy, right? And it felt like it wouldn't be safe to express gratitude or have any outward sense of energy because it'd have to open up a little bit. And if it opened, it would make it vulnerable. So it just stayed shut. And this is something that you can do. You can try on your own. Kind of check out your energy field. Just check out, your body. Just check out your body. Tune into it. When you think of expressing gratitude, what feels good, what feels bad, you can focus on the area that feels bad or tensed or resistant, and kind of go into that feeling and ask yourself, where have I felt this before? And then you can find the story if you want to, but you don't have to. And if it's something that is really big, and like there are a lot of things that are big and they're not healthy to like even go there at all. So give it a little bit of energy and don't do it. So I did, because mine wasn't that big of a deal for me. It was something that was pretty small, and I'd like to tell you about it because I think I learned a lot from it. So what I needed to do when I went in is I kind of sat with the feeling a little bit. I kind of went there like, what would happen if we open a little bit? Like, where is it gonna go? And I found a lot of anger that needed to be expressed from the situation with an ex-partner. So I kind of imagined myself there, like, saying all the things that needed to be said. But it's interesting. So what this situation that I found was just a birthday that I had when I was like, had been almost with a partner for a year, and we just started off fighting, and I didn't have a lot of community. I was pretty much just there for my partner, and we were totally enmeshed, and they didn't even want to do all the things that I wanted to do on my birthday. So I was like, okay, well, I'll do some of them alone. And then they like guilted me into not doing one of the things I wanted to do by myself on my birthday, so they guilted me to staying because they said it would be really rude because his mom wanted to sing happy birthday, or they had a cake for me or something, and it would be really rude if I left before doing that because apparently his mom's partner's son also had the same birthday, and so they had stuff for both of us, and we wanted to sing. They had a cake for both of us and wanted to sing to both of us, but the cake was definitely not for both of us. It literally said his name on it, and it had a tennis racket, and so I just kind of sat there as they sung to him and gave him gifts, and my partner did not even have a damn card for me, like not even a hand-drawn card, like nothing. So it's like literally prevented from doing my thing, my like alone thing, celebratory whatever day, to kind of, because I felt guilty, and I needed to be there for someone else's kind of thing. It was just really strange. And then that night I had some people, I didn't have much community, but I had some people that were down to be celebratory with me. And it was one of those things where the entire night I obviously expected my partner to come. Like, we were half of each other, like, duh. And so the whole time I was doing the, the door watch, like, vigilancy thing. Um, and he never came. So that was really weird, because even though I had a lot of people there, not a lot, but there were some people there that they came through, like, they were nice, they wanted to celebrate and have fun, but I, like, didn't let myself celebrate with them, and I didn't really let myself have fun. And kind of in retrospect, what I realized this morning as I was kind of going back through this thing and kind of thinking about why it hurt and where and blah blah blah, I concluded that I actually put my worth and my sense of value in him, right? And so I kind of, like, made him the gatekeeper to, like, my worth in existence at all. So when he didn't give it to me, I didn't feel worthy of it at all. So it's like I didn't feel like I deserved, like, to be appreciated and, like, to be celebrated at all. And this is something that I've noticed just, like, applies in general, right? To when I'm having trouble being grateful for other people, kind of whatever, being grateful for whatever, it's because I feel ashamed, because I don't feel worthy of receiving that, and I feel like I don't deserve to receive that, right? So I still receive it. Like, as I said, this little hermit crab could go on receiving endlessly. And I do get things and I receive them, but I do it with shame. So it's kind of like this kind of, like, suppressed, like, under the surface reception thing that's not really open or admitting it freely. And because I don't just think I deserve it. Like, so I was like, I'll take it, but, so now that I'm talking about him, I start switching back into Spanish. But so nobody knows, right? Like, you look around, make sure nobody will know. Yeah. So of course, if you're ashamed when you're receiving and you're looking around, make sure no one really is aware that you're receiving and you're not really taking responsibility for it, then it's hard to show gratitude, because showing gratitude means admitting it. Like, if I say thank you for this thing, I am so grateful, it means being totally open to receive it and totally admitting that you received all of it, right? And that's hard. That's hard if you don't think you deserve it. So, of course, it's challenging. And I figured people have experienced this before, so I wanted to share that. And you may have experienced it on the end of, like, feeling like it's hard to show gratitude. I know that I've had that a lot, actually, where I'm, like, super excited about something that someone's given to me, but I have a really hard time showing that. And I feel ingenuine, and I do, like, thank them, but I can tell that it feels ingenuine to them, even though I know I'm super excited about it. I don't know how to get that genuine feeling of excitement and gratitude and translate that and, like, move it to them, right? So this happens all the time for me. And it's not that I'm not grateful, but it's just hard. It kind of hurts because it makes you confront your shame at all you've received. So you also may have experienced it from the other side of it, of having given someone something that and hoping they could be more grateful, and then not really feeling super genuine, like, I don't know, like, gratitude, I guess. So yeah, so I wanted to share because of that. And then three things came through for me as, like, what to do with it. So one, I mean, is pretty obvious, like, work on self-worth, self-acceptance, deserving, and, like I said in the beginning, forgiveness. So I would kind of put that all under the umbrella of self-worth, just working on self-worth. And yeah, I guess forgiving yourself for receiving the things that you don't feel like you're worthy of receiving. And then beyond that would be the gratitude as a muscle thing. So, I mean, so is self-worth and acceptance and forgiveness. That is definitely a practice. But then a little more simple practice of gratitude is just kind of going into the feeling of it. And if you do it, if you were like me, where you had these kind of multi layers of like weirdness around it, you still had some of it that was genuine gratitude. You still could feel that feeling of genuine gratitude in some places, right? Maybe. I don't know. I had a bit of it. So what came through for me is just that I should be practicing that every day and going, instead of focusing on where I'm not feeling it, focusing on where I am feeling it, and then just holding focus on that feeling. And the more you kind of get in touch with that feeling and feel that feeling as a practice, just the easier it is, the bigger it is, the more you grow it, and the more space you can make it take up. And then the last thing was, which is like one of the like classic new age things, which is have a gratitude journal. Wake up in the morning and write the things you're grateful for every day, which I do. I'm not super consistent with, but I do really enjoy doing it when I do it. And it's such a, I know it's like, it's harped on a lot and it's kind of like cheesy. But I think it is a really good idea in general just to be conscious of the things that you're grateful for. And I think it may even start out that you have the feeling over here and it's really hard to connect the list of the things that you're grateful for. At least for me, that is. Because when I write that list, it's kind of intellectual. It's more like logically, like these are the things I'm grateful for. But it doesn't totally help me feel that feeling of gratitude. So it seemed like good to do them both. And it seems like the more you kind of practice them both, the more they'll kind of merge and create a big feeling of gratitude. So that's what came through. Thanks for sticking with me through this video. I hope it may have been helpful for some people, and I hope you have a nice day.